Hi, this is Don Varney and Tracy Carlson, and we're here today with Health Talks. Tracy, what's going to be our topic today?
Today we are talking about fiber and low-calorie
Oh,
food.
perfect. How did you come up with that topic?
This was actually a suggestion from a viewer. She wanted to know about high-fiber foods and low-calorie foods, so that's great, and that's really encouraging for us too when viewers, we get feedback from viewers. So please continue to give us that. We'll talk about whatever you want to learn about.
There you go.
We're just here to be a resource of valuable health information.
Well, I'm glad to know that. I'm glad to know that people are actually sending a couple ideas for us, so that make it good.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Want to get started on fiber?
Sure do. Everybody knows that we need fiber. You hear about soluble fiber, insoluble fiber. Why is it important? What is it? What does it do? There's two kinds. There's soluble and there's insoluble.
Okay.
They both come from plants. Soluble, basically, it just absorbs water in your gut, so it expands. It's what makes you feel full.
Mm-hmm.
It also decreases the glycemic index of the meal that you're eating, so you don't get that great blood sugar spike. Insoluble fiber tends to, it's kind of the train that keeps things moving through the digestive system.
Okay.
So it's important to get both, lots of both kinds of fiber, because they kind of work together. And the interesting thing about fiber is that we don't digest it. It stays intact through the stomach, through the small intestine, and then once it gets to the colon, there's a fermentation process that happens. And this is really kind of where the magic of fiber and all the benefits come from. Throughout this fermentation process, it feeds the good bacteria in the colon. And there's a whole ecosystem going on in the colon. And it's just full of trillions and trillions of bacteria, good and bad. And we want the good, obviously, to outweigh the bad. So this is where fiber starts to ferment, specifically soluble fiber, and it feeds all that good bacteria.
Well, that's good. It's one of the things, you talk about the inability of fiber to be digested. That's one of the pluses to taking a digestive enzyme, especially one that has a good cellulase in it, because that's what's designed to help break down fiber. And by breaking it down properly, it allows it to assimilate better and actually work better as it's going through your system. So there are ways to help the body do things a little better. But that's really neat about fiber. I'm enjoying this. So now we're in the colon.
We're in the colon. And like I said, this is where magic happens. And it's interesting. This fermentation process starts in the top of the colon with the soluble fiber. And like I said a second ago, the insoluble fiber is what helps the fermentation process go all the way through because it's the transit system, right? So the fermentation process happens all through the colon, and the interesting part is that most colon cancers are found at the end part of the colon. That's where most of them are.
Okay.
So we need the insoluble fiber to keep that process going and feed that bacteria all the way through the colon to the end. And what we eliminate is mostly bacteria, and the insoluble fiber is what gives it the bulk.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Well, I like that. I mean, it's these kind of things that you don't think about.
Right.
You're sitting there, you're eating, you're doing different things, and you never think about the importance. Am I getting enough fiber? And of course, we see the commercials on TV to take it by the spoonful, etc. But there's some better ways to get fiber.
There are. That's a really good point. We are supposed to get about the minimum recommendations are 25 to 30 grams, but we really should be getting probably 3 times that. The average American on the standard American diet is really only getting about 10 to 15 grams. And it's not uncommon for clients to come into my office with this big bottle of fiber, and I'm like, let's try some food.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely you want it, it's plant-based. You want to get it from food. Soluble fibers are your apples, your berries, your peas, fruits. Your insoluble fibers are vegetables. They're your nuts. So definitely. And start your day high fiber and lots of fat. Yogurt with nuts and blueberries and maybe some raw oats in it.
That's a great way to start. You know, a lot of folks, I always make a spinach drink in the morning, which a lot of people go, ugh. What they don't realize is when you take a spinach drink and blend it with water, it's really quite tasty. It doesn't have that green taste, we'll say, that a lot of people, you know, they feel that's what it's going to taste like because it's green. Well, it's almost a little sweet, in fact. So spinach is also another good source of fiber, I believe.
What else are you adding to that drink?
Well, mine is pretty simple. I go to about a half a banana. I'll use kiwi sometimes, or blueberries or blackberries. I believe in the dark berries, and water. It's a very simple drink that's designed to get me kind of started in the morning.
And I'm sure it does. There's a lot of fiber in there.
Yep. So it's a good thing, and it gives me the energy I need to easily get through until lunch, and it stops me from wanting to go out and eat the tacos and everything in the morning. So it's how I start my day.
Right. And just one little tip on if you're trying to incorporate more fiber into your diet, and don't start out, be careful, okay? Introduce it slowly. Just incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet and some nuts and things like that. It can really give you some irritation if you try to do too much at one time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we like to do too much too fast, and it kind of pays for it in the long run. Well, that's a great idea. Well, you know, we're coming to a close on this part one. I know there'll definitely be a part two to this, which is what we're getting ready to set up.
That's right.
So let me just give a little information that you can contact us if you'd like. My name is Don Varney. I'm an enzyme consultant and specialize in digestive enzymes. That's how I knew the word cellulase. My number is 210-241-3282. And you can contact me by email also at enzymesorders@gmail.com. I also have a Facebook page, which is Z Nutrition Digestive Enzymes. And that's a great spot where a lot of this information is put on there, and it has a health tip of the day. Tracy?
I can be reached at 210-818-3278 or alivehealthtx@gmail.com. And also just a reminder that Health Talks talk show is also, we take it on the road. You can call us to schedule an event, a workshop, a seminar at your place of employment, doctor's office, gym, or wherever.
Even an association.
Exactly.
You bet. So that would be great. We can do it. Well, this is Don and
Tracy.
and we are Health Talks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.